Mr. Salim is going to drop us right on the corner of this restaurant, and then have something there quick, and then we need 3 minutes walking for one of the gate of Grand Bazaar, which is gate number 1, and then we synchronize the time, and then I will request from you to be back on the same gate, and then we meet our minibus back again, and then we drive back to Taksim area. And depending on our arrival, I have a few different scenarios for Taksim or visit in Taksim area, but I need to wait and see the time, and then I will update you what is going to be the best match for our time in Taksim area. And as you remember, our really final dinner at this point is going to be in Atatürk Cultural Center, where is a brand new opera house of the city. And after that dinner, we'll see. I think if you want to go direct back to airport, we will. Or if you want to have a little bit more time in Taksim area, no resource. That's why I said you never know. Maybe one day. So we'll wait and see. Tamam?
Tamam.
And I would suggest you try to avoid a lot of weight or bags during the day with you, because basically we walk to Grand Bazaar, and you will walk again in the Grand Bazaar, and then we meet our car back, and then we drive to Taksim area, and we walk again, and we also walk to restaurant. So now it's a little bit warm. That's how I felt. Sun is really hot and burning. So let's see how is your body reaction about this weather. It's our new port I've been mentioning you yesterday on your left. We call it Galata Port. And it's a brand new also social area. A lot of fancy restaurants, a lot of fancy shops, this and that shops. And this port was alive only if the cruise ships were coming. But 5 years ago they pulled it down. Then pandemic, that's how it is now. So that is a live complex at the moment. later on right on the side, and this area called Tophane. If I try to make a translation, Top is cannon, Hane is the house. So that culture center in fact was one of the place for Ottoman Empire for their army where they were making cannons. And the building itself is about 400 years old, typical Ottoman building. So that's after the traffic lights on your right side. Roughly another 400 years old Ottoman Muslim worship place is Kılıç Ali Pasha Mosque at 11 o'clock direction, and the square building that you see right next to the mosque is called a monumental fountain. So all these fountains were in fact erected by Ottoman sultans for the physical need of the public, for the mosque and the people or the community around the mosque as well. See the rooftop of Galata Tower, or you will see it in a few more seconds on your right side, where it is under restoration. We expect next month will be open back to our guests to visit again. Hopefully they will accept sooner our guests for their visit in Galata Tower. Although I've been mentioning you in Taksim area, there is a Catholic church, but the church on your left-hand side at the moment is another Christian Gregorian Armenian church. Allow me to repeat or remind you that this city is also having two different patriarchates. So the one is the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, and the second one is Christian Gregorian Armenian Patriarchate. So the one in Istanbul at the moment for Greek Patriarchate, once again, I would like to highlight and remind you, this was founded right after Ottoman Turks. Mehmet II or Mehmet the Conqueror or Fatih Sultan Mehmet, after he had dominated the city, that used to be called the city of Constantinople or Constantinople, was giving a special permission to be founded for the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, so the community is going to have a leader. And the patriarchs were also a member in Divan in Topkapı Palace for more than 300 years. And allow me to repeat or remind you that Bartolomeos, who is somewhere from this point, like 6 kilometers away, is considered more than 600 million Orthodox people in the world, is the religious leader at the moment. So that's Fatih Sultan Mehmet, or Mehmet the Conqueror, was giving this right to the community. We are back to Galata Bridge, back to Galatians, back to the area where a lot of Turkish people are trying to catch some sardines on the boat side of the bridge. And 11 o'clock direction, once again, is the pink building is Hagia Sophia, Santa Sofia, and the complex next to is Topkapı Palace, the first residence of Ottoman sultans. dates back to 1500s, and at 1 o'clock direction Süleymaniye Cami, or Süleyman the Magnificent Mosque, which dates back to 1550 and 1557. Come on, the sounds. Was built also one of the 7 hills of the city. Or allow me to repeat or remind you that Kanuni Sultan Süleyman, or Süleyman the Magnificent, or Süleyman the Lawgiver, was the name of the Ottoman Sultan who was rebuilding the walls of Süleyman Temple in the Holy Lands. And Ottoman troops, or Ottoman Turks, were also in Holy Land until the First World War. That means until 1914. There's an international conflict between Russia and Ukraine about the Crimean Peninsula, about Odessa, about Kharkov, etc. And each country is blaming, just telling that it is theirs. But allow me to repeat or remind you that turned out to be a kind of discussion issue on one of my guests. And I said, okay, if that's the case, back to us again. So that's why Ottoman Empire, their peakest time, they had dominated 3 different continents. And if you would like to just notice once again, the suspension bridge, which is combining Europe and Asia, is visible on your left-hand side. This is one of the bridge, by the way, out of 3rd. As I mentioned, there are 3 suspension bridges on the Bazaar Strait. So with another word, that is the direction to north, ladies and Mr. Sultan. So that is direction towards Black Sea, left-hand side. That is direction towards Romania, Bulgaria, Moldavia, and then Odessa. That is Ukrainian city. There is the bridge. The bridge is called the Bosphorus Bridge, and that was built for the 50th anniversary of Turkey Republic and independence. So that was open to public, started to be used at 29th of October in 1973. Allow me to highlight once again, the governing system had changed from monarchy into democracy at 29th of October 1923 in Ankara, not in Istanbul. Istanbul used to be the capital of Ottoman Empire, and then Ankara is, even today, is the official capital of Turkey Republic. But in other words, that's where the embassy of Philippines is.
Ankara.
Ankara. In 5 or 10 minutes, we are already in the Grand Bazaar area. We'll just stop, hop off, and then in Turkish there is an expression: a hungry man is an angry man, and the hungry guests from Philippines might be also very, very angry guests. So just before you get hungry and angry, this is the place. Will be the most convenient one, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So with the purpose that your time is definitely very important, but timing today is also very important. So far, I think you noticed that we were just trying to use your time with the most efficient way. So we'll see.